Hi, this viewlet is an introduction to the PeopleSoft Test Framework, or PTF tool. PTF is a new record and playback test automation tool designed to work with the PeopleSoft application. A record and playback tool automates a test in two basic phases. During the record phase, you interact with your application the way you normally would, while the PTF tool watches or records your actions and then saves them to a special type of PeopleTools object called a test. During playback, PTF repeats that same sequence of actions against your application, for example after taking an upgrade or incident bundle, to make sure that the application still behaves as expected. To demonstrate the idea, we'll record and then playback a simple test against a PeopleTools component, a test to verify that a certain user profile PTF admin has the role of PTF administrator. Recording a test is very simple. In the PTF client, we simply open a test, which we see here, activate the record toolbar, select a browser, one that points to the application that we want to test, and click record. The recorder will now capture every step I take in the application. First, we'll log in. Next, we'll navigate to our component. We'll see that PTF can capture an action against any object that can be clicked, set, or validated. Here, obviously, we are clicking objects, links. At the search page, we'll click the search button to find our user profile. That returns more results than expected, so we'll be a little more explicit and enter the user profile. When we entered that value into the user ID field, we see that PTF can capture an action of setting a value. Now we'll click on the roles page, and we'll see that PTF can also verify a value on the page. To do that, we go up to the record toolbar and we click the validate icon. We drag it onto the field that we want to validate, and PTF captures that step into the test. Finally, we'll save our page and then stop the recorder. Once we stop recording, we can go back to the PTF client, the user interface that we saw earlier, only now we see that our test is populated with the steps we just recorded. The PTF user interface is fairly simple. Our test steps are organized into a grid. We have a row for every discrete step that we took, such as clicking a button or verifying a text field. We also have a column for each piece of syntax in our test. The syntax will be described in our next viewlet, modifying and optimizing a PTF test. In between recording and playing back a test, you would probably want to review your steps to make sure that the test did only what you wanted it to do, or possibly to add additional steps. Our next viewlet, again modifying and optimizing a PTF test, will show you how to do that. For now, we'll just save the test and play it back. To save the test, we click Save, and to play it back, we click the Play toolbar button. As you can see, the tool repeats every step we took during the recording at a pretty prompt pace, faster than the test could be executed manually, but slow enough to allow you to visually verify that the test is taking each expected action. And when execution is done, PTF will display a log with execution results for your test. In this case, the test passed. So we have a green flag at the test level to indicate that the step passed. We also get a flag for all of our verifications to indicate that those individual steps also passed. You get a log entry for every step in your test. So where we set our Opera ID field equal to PTF admin, we should also have a log entry where we set the Opera ID field equal to PTF admin. And then where we verified that Opera ID, let's say Opera ID description, was set to PTF administrator, we also have an entry verifying that the Opera ID description was set to PTF administrator. Down in the details, we can see the expected value and also the actual value encountered, which in this case is the same, causing our test to pass. That, in a nutshell, is how to record and play back a test with the PeopleSoft Test Framework automation tool. Thanks for watching.